Hello, everyone. My name is Claudine Kroom. I am going to be your professor this semester for college life and strategies. This semester, I'm going to be teaching two of these 16-week classes online. So I'm going to be making a lecture video like this pretty much every week. Usually they're pretty short, and I usually go over the exercises, some of the things that you need to focus on, and some of the exercises, if they are ones that are potentially sometimes a little more confusing for students. I'll go over them in a little bit more detail. So please, each week, check out the lecture video that will be posted first in each weekly folder. Um, I pretty much put everything in our syllabus as far as details, such as when the week starts, when your assignments are due. All of your assignments will have a due date tagged on them. So the calendar function that's here in Canvas will help you keep track of due dates. So that way, you'll know when everything is supposed to be due for the week. You are still able to turn in assignments late. However, if you turn in assignments after the due date has submitted, basically what will happen is when you submit your assignment, it'll tag it as late in Canvas, and then you'll get a 20% deduction on your assignment, which is still a good thing if you want to get the work completed, because it's better to get some of those points than to get none. So I do highly recommend that if for some reason you have to miss an assignment, or if you forget about one, that you still try to turn them in late and try to keep up with your work. In general, in these 16 weeks classes, it's not as overloaded as it is in the 8 weeks classes, where there's a lot more assignments that are due each week. So it should be pretty manageable for most people to be able to keep up with the assignments that we're going to be doing. So basically, with this lecture video that's going to be for week one, I'm going to go over some of our classroom just so you know where to find everything. And then basically, I'll just quickly go through the assignments that are going to be due for week one, which are mostly introductory assignments, so that way you can kind of get started and you can get used to how you're going to submit things. And you also have to go through the syllabus, so that way you're aware of all of my policies and things like that. I am always terrible at the beginning of a semester about introducing myself and saying a little bit about myself, so I'm going to try to do better this time. I actually live in Virginia. I do not live in Oklahoma anymore. I did used to live in Oklahoma, and I taught at Rose State College. I started teaching this class back in January of 2016. So I've been teaching it for almost 5 years now. Um, and I did teach face-to-face classes back then, but then when I moved out of state because of my husband's job, I was still teaching for Rose, but now I've only been teaching this class online. So I've been solely teaching this class online for about 3 years now. So there's been a lot of changes and updates, and a lot of times I take feedback from students if an assignment isn't working well or if there's confusion. I'm always updating the class. And this semester, we're actually using the new class resource. So you don't need to get a textbook. So that's kind of cool. Everything's basically provided for you here in the classroom. So aside from me living in Virginia, I have two kids. They're both younger. I've got a 6-year-old and an almost 2-year-old. We have dogs, cats, all of that. I actually, as far as my college journey myself, I earned my bachelor's degree a long time ago at California State Polytechnic University, and my bachelor's degree is in psychology. And then I earned two education degrees after that. One was my master's degree, and then I earned a basically an educational leadership degree, which was a post-secondary degree. It was basically, it's not quite a doctorate, but almost a full doctorate. And I finished that. Both of my graduate degrees were actually earned online. So I actually earned my degrees online. So I'm kind of doing what some of you are doing, where you're taking a lot of online classes and working towards your degree. I earned both of my graduate degrees online. So I have quite a bit of experience not only teaching online, but I have a lot of experience as a student myself online. And there are a lot of things that I try to take from that experience of what worked well when I was a student, but also things that I feel like I try to incorporate in my class to try to make it easier for my students, and also hopefully to make things more clear, but also more interactive. Because when I was taking online classes, I didn't have professors that posted videos, because some people learn differently. Some people prefer to read information, some people prefer to listen to it. And so I try to kind of incorporate different techniques, so people are getting basically things explained to them or shown to them in different ways. So that way, hopefully it's helpful for more than just one type of learner. So that's kind of my goal and what I try to do in this class. And it's not always easy, because there's still times that I feel like I can't reach every single person, even though I try to. So just please, if you have questions, if you're confused about something, if something doesn't make sense, just send me an email, because I'm very good about getting back to students with email very quickly if there's a question or concern. So please just feel free throughout the semester, if you feel like, something doesn't make sense or whatever the case may be, please do not hesitate to reach out to me, because in an online class, I'm not sitting in front of you in a classroom. And if you're confused about something, I can't tell unless you send me an email. So please just, try to reach out, so that way you don't fall behind or you miss assignments because you don't know what to do or anything like that. So basically what I do, you're able to see my screen right now. And so when I do these lecture videos, you're able to see our Canvas classroom. And so I'll kind of show you the weekly folders. So you're finding this video here in the first folder that's basically showing, and then week 1 folder is going to be right below it that actually has your reading and assignments to do for the week. So you'll see all of that there. I also, right here, just for some of you, if you haven't taken a class on Canvas before online, some students last semester were confused at the very beginning about what it meant whenever an assignment could be submitted as a text entry assignment, or how they would upload files to the assignment folder. So please click on this it's like a little 4-minute video where I actually click on one of the assignments and I show you how to submit something as a text entry assignment, or how you can upload a file, like what you would have to click on in order to upload a Microsoft Word file or something like that. So please watch this after this lecture video. Just watch this short little tutorial if you've never used Canvas and you haven't submitted assignments into assignment folders as either a file upload or as a text entry box. And that'll kind of explain it for you a little bit further. Over here, now in your student view, you're not going to see all of these different categories here. You're only going to be able to see these first 5 right here, because those are the only ones that are really pertinent that you need to be able to see. So you can always check your grades once grades have been uploaded. The syllabus is here at all times. You click on it, it's right in Canvas. It has all the information. Everything is broken down by the weeks. All the points that are available are broken down, so you can see how many points you would need to make if you're wanting to try to make an A in the class. All the important dates for the semester are in the syllabus, and then all of my policies are in the syllabus. So that way, if you're not sure about like a late assignment, or if you're not sure about other expectations, you're going to find that information in the syllabus. So I do encourage you to read through this here in week 1, because you do actually have an assignment over the syllabus. So you're going to have to find certain things in the syllabus in order to be able to answer the questions that's on this syllabus assignment in week 1. And so other than that, you also have access to tutor.com through Canvas. You do need to log in to tutor.com through Canvas if you want to get the free hours that's available to you. So if you have a class this semester that you would like some tutoring and you would like some extra help, you are more than welcome to use tutor.com. Just make sure you click on it here through Canvas and then log in that way. So that way they don't try to charge you for use of tutor.com. I do believe you can get, I think it's maybe up to 10 hours for free each week. So if there's a class that you're needing some extra help in, definitely check this out and just go through the Canvas app so you don't have to pay for it. And then usually towards the middle to end of the semester, course evaluations start. And so you would click on course evaluations here. And I usually send out an email and I post an announcement. So that way you know that the course evaluations are open. And that's just basically where you can go in, you can evaluate the course, the content. If there's information, that you found good, information that you feel like could be improved upon. It's basically how we use information from student feedback so we can try to make the classes better, not just this class, but any of the classes that you're in. So definitely take advantage of that when I send out the email showing that these are open. And the school will also send you an email about the course evaluations when they're open. So you'll also get an email through the school. And that way you'll know they're open. And usually I open up a small like bonus points assignment. So if you do complete the course evaluation and you take a screenshot of your page that basically shows that you've completed the survey, you can just upload a screenshot of that and then you can earn a few bonus points that way. So just kind of keep that in mind. Definitely, you do need to have access to your Rater email. So what you're going to find in week 1 is there's actually a assignment where you're going to email me from your Rater account, and that's going to get you points for that assignment. But that just shows me that you're able to receive emails, because that's the main way I'm going to communicate with you all this semester. So just make sure that you're able to log into your Rater email. You can also access your Rater email from the inbox over here in Canvas. So if you are in Canvas and you need to send an email, that's just an easy way right there to access your Rater email and send an email through that. So be aware that you can do this as well, and you don't necessarily have to go through the login process from Rater email from another method, because it's pretty easy just to use it here in Canvas if you would like. So basically, as far as assignments, what I do when I set up the weekly folders, and it's always going to be like this for all the weekly folders, if there's any reading to be done, everything is basically put in order. And it's going to make more sense if you basically just start at the top, do the reading, and then usually when it's indented like this and you see something that says activity, you're going to know there's an assignment there. And then this would be, continued reading here, where you're getting prepared, how to use Canvas, especially for people who haven't taken online classes with us and they're not real familiar with it. And then what I do in the first week is I open up a discussion forum here. It's called Questions on How to Use Canvas. And so when you click on that, if you have something about Canvas, or as you're trying to work on things, if you're confused about something or you're not sure how to find something, click on this and just post your question here in this little discussion folder, because either I can respond to you if I see your question, or another student can actually respond to you if they're familiar with Canvas and they know how to find something. It's kind of a chance for pretty much anyone in the class to be able to help each other out if there's questions that you have at the beginning of the semester, because we try to get everything sorted out in week 1 where you're starting to feel comfortable submitting things, know where to find stuff. So that way, as we get going and, the assignments start to get a little bit more complicated and things like that, you're going to feel confident being able to use Canvas, and you're not going to have as many questions. So you'll see you have this activity letter to myself, which will come after you do the reading here. And a lot of these readings that we have, sometimes there will be little videos that are embedded in them and things like that to kind of make the reading a little bit more interesting. And there's a lot of videos that are included in a lot of these reading sections that pertain to the topic of, that specific section. And so it kind of makes it a little bit more interesting and gives you more information. And you also will notice that there is something called Road Trip Nation, that there's a lot of different references in when you're doing the readings, and you're kind of following along with a group of students that are embarking on their college journey. And some of the questions concerns things about not just college, but life, going into a career field, making decisions about that. And you'll be following a lot of that information of these 3 students in the Road Trip Nation. I don't want to call it an app. I guess it's a website that we use. And so there's going to be a lot of reading and videos and things like that that you'll need to watch in order to be able to answer the questions and do the assignments properly. So other than that, activity letter to myself is something you'll be writing to yourself. Questions on Canvas, if you have any, click on that and post your question if you're not sure about something. You're going to email me from your Rater email and just follow the directions when you click on this assignment folder. And then there's the syllabus assignment, where you're going to have to actually go to the syllabus and you're going to have to answer the questions that I'm asking here in order to earn the points. And then something new that I'm going to be doing this semester is called a health and wellness, and it's a bonus points, and it's going to be posted every single week. Totally voluntary. You do not have to do it if you don't want to, but it is a good way to earn a couple of bonus points each week, which overall, by the end of the semester, if you do choose to do the health and wellness bonus points, you'll have quite a bit of bonus points at the end of the semester that will help out your grade, especially if you missed any assignments or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it just so you can see it. In my face, the video will pop off for a second, but then it'll come back on. There I am. So as you read here, it's just basically, you're going to see the exact same thing every single week. I'm basically going to repost as a new assignment every single week. And then if you follow the directions here, you'll know what to do. And basically, it's just a way that I'm kind of trying to encourage that we have to understand that it's not always all just about doing our studying, doing our reading, doing our assignments, taking our tests. A lot of our ability to be successful in college is taking care of ourselves. And that could be, eating better food and not always going to Taco Bell every single day for your food, which is kind of what I did in college because I was a poor college student. But, it's just taking care of yourself, whether it's just a little bit of exercise each week that's kind of just helping boost your mood. It's helping. Exercise really does help a lot as far as clearing your mind, getting you calm, getting you able to do other things. It's not just all about burning calories and, if you're trying to lose weight or whatever, it's more about your health and wellness. So I'm doing this semester to see how students like it, because it is a bonus points opportunity and it's really easy. It's not anything that complicated or hard. You don't have to have a great workout routine where you're going to be able to complete this. It's very simple. So as you read along with the instructions, basically all you have to do to earn the 2 bonus points is send me a photo as an attachment. It can be a screenshot from, let's say, like your workout app on your iPhone, or if there's a similar workout app, if you have an Android device, if you use like Apple Watch or Fitbit or anything like that, usually that app will be tied to your phone. And so anytime you do kind of a physical activity, it's going to basically record and show on the app that you have. And if you don't have a Fitbit or a Garmin or an Apple Watch or anything like that, you can actually download. There's a ton of apps that's in the App Store, and I'm sure in the Android store as well, that it's just an app that you would just put on your phone. And as long as you do the physical activity and actually use that app to record whatever it is, whatever workout, whatever exercise it is that you're doing, you'll still be able to record it. Because as long as you're carrying your phone with you, like if you go for a walk or something like that and you record the walk that you go on, you should be able to still have like a data page that shows that you did the workout. So just be aware that you don't have to have an Apple Watch. You don't have to have a Fitbit. You can just go and download one of the free apps that's in the App Store that basically will allow you to do the same thing. You just have to carry your phone with you whenever you do your workout. So, just be aware of that. And I basically explain all of this here, but you just need to do 1 day a week. You can do more than that, obviously, but for this assignment, all you need to do 1 day a week, you need to record a 30-minute physical activity, whether it's walking, running, the elliptical machine, anything like that, a bike, anything that is somewhat enjoyable to you. Even if you take your dog for a walk for 30 minutes and you record the walk, all you have to do is take a screenshot of the data page showing that you recorded a 30-minute activity, and then you upload it to this assignment folder. And I didn't limit the type of file upload. So your phone may take certain types of photos. It might be like a JPEG or a PNG or something like that. It doesn't really matter. I didn't restrict the file upload. So it should be able to, any kind of photo that your phone happens to take as a screenshot, it should be able to be uploaded here in this assignment folder. So that's basically all you have to do, is log a 30-minute physical activity that, your phone is recording, or your Apple Watch or your Fitbit or whatever is actually recording. And then you just have to show me the data page, but it's got to show me a date. It has to show that 30 minutes of physical activity actually took place. And it has to be within that relevant week. So if we're in week 5 and you do one of these 30-minute exercises in week 5, and it's a date that's in the date range of that week, it's going to be valid and you'll be able to earn the bonus points. So don't record something and then next week upload it because you forgot to do a workout or something like that this week. It's not going to be valid, and you won't get bonus points if it's not posted with a date that's within that relevant week that you're posting it. So other than that, it's just, an easy way to get a couple of bonus points each week, and that does build up over the semester. And so I just wanted to kind of point that out and go over it because it is something new I'm doing this semester. And it's just a way to hopefully, get people to do a day or 2 a week where they're doing some sort of health and wellness activity that's going to be beneficial to them. Let's see. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I really need to go over. Pretty much, these assignments are pretty self-explanatory. So once you click on them, the instructions are pretty clear. Just make sure in this class, especially in an online class, that you're reading directions thoroughly. Don't just kind of, read over the directions quickly and not really pay attention to what the details are, because that's usually in my class how students miss points, is because they maybe only answer part of what I'm asking them to do because they didn't read the directions in full and make sure that they understood what it is they're supposed to be doing. And if you do read the directions for an assignment and you're still confused and you're not sure what it is you need to be submitting, just send me an email and then we can talk about it. And that way you'll be able to, understand better what it is you need to be submitting. But most of the assignments, the directions are really self-explanatory. You shouldn't need too much help because it's rare that I have too many students that need much help with a lot of these assignments. So anyway, Other than that, what you'll see basically starting next week, you can't see this right now in the student view, but of course in my view I can. But then you'll see like next week, when we start week 2, a new folder is going to open up. It will unlock on Monday at 12 a.m. And then your weekly folder is basically open for the week, and all of those assignments that are due and have a due date put on them. My child is right there. Let's try to wave them away. Any of these assignments that will have a due date tagged to it. I'm doing my lecture video. You got to go, buddy. Then you'll have a new due date that's basically showing up in the calendar. So the calendar is right here. So when you're in the student view, you're going to always see a calendar that's over here on the right of your Canvas page, and it's going to show you assignments with due dates. So I'm going to just pop over to the student view real quick, which is how you're going to see Canvas, so you can see an example of what the calendar looks like and how you're going to see reminders for due dates. So right here, it's going to show you a to-do list. So anything that I have tagged a due date, it's going to show over here in the calendar. So that way you're going to know that it is due on August 23rd by 11:59 p.m. So you have the entire week to do any of the assignments for that week and get them submitted basically by midnight of Sunday. So everything opens on Monday at 12 a.m. and then you have all the way until Sunday to get that assignment completed and submitted if you want it submitted on time for the potential to be able to make the full points on the assignment. So this is where you're always going to see due dates and the assignments that are due at that time for that week. And I do believe if you have an assignment that's missing, it's also going to show you assignments that haven't been submitted and they're past the due date, and it'll show you, I believe it pops them up in red if that happens. So anyway, this is basically what your student view looks like. And so as I show here, you only have these few things that you really need access to. And then your weekly folders and announcements and everything will be right here in the middle. So you just basically follow along by the week. And every single week, all of the weekly folders will be locked until Monday at 12 a.m. And that's when they'll open up and you'll see the new assignments and everything. And that's just so everything can stay organized and clear. I don't open up all the weekly folders at once because it gets to be too confusing. Students are turning things in for random weeks, and it starts to get confusing when I'm trying to keep up with grading and making sure that I'm getting everything graded for a specific week. It starts to get too confusing if I open up too many folders ahead of time and people are trying to work ahead. It just doesn't really work out as far as being organized. And I try to get everything graded within the week. So basically this week for week 1, you're going to submit everything by Sunday. You need to give me at least a week to get all of the assignments graded because I have to grade all of the assignments for 2 classes. And so it usually can take me up to a full week to get everything graded. So once the due date has come and passed, give me at least 7 days to try to get everything graded and submitted before you start emailing me and asking me if something's been graded. Because if I go over that week time frame after the due date, then obviously, yes, send me an email if I'm getting behind on something and you're curious about your grade. That's totally fine. But please try to give me at least 1 week after the due date to get all of those assignments graded and submitted so that way you can see your grades. That's a general time frame that most professors try to work within, is to try to get everything graded within a week. So anyway, that's just kind of some information there. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the student view and go back to my Canvas. I don't really think as of for week 1, there's really anything else pertinent that you need to know. It's pretty self-explanatory, and the assignments are pretty much introductory assignments that don't require a whole lot of reading. We're not really diving into anything concrete just yet. We're kind of getting introduced to Canvas and just starting a few assignments to make sure that your email works, that you understand everything that's on the syllabus. And just please, like I said, don't forget to watch this little 4-minute tutorial if you haven't taken a Canvas class before and you're not sure what I'm talking about when I say like submitting your assignment by text entry or uploading a file. If you watch this little 4-minute video, it'll go through it all, what you click on, how you do it, and that should hopefully help with any confusion if anyone isn't sure about that. And other than that, just, your announcements will be up here, which I do use the announcements folder sometimes, but for the most part, I will email students if there's something that you need to know, or if there's something that came up and I quickly need everyone to know about it. So please make sure you're checking your email at the very least a few times a week, so that way you're keeping up with any announcements or anything that I might, send out to the class. And other than that, I can't really think of anything else, but if you have any questions in week 1, as we're getting, used to everything, just shoot me an email, or please use this questions on how to use Canvas discussion folder where you can post your question. And then that way myself or another classmate could potentially help you out with a question that you may have. All right. Well, welcome to our class, and I look forward to, going on this journey with you. It's a pretty cool class. Most people are skeptical about it a lot of the time at the beginning, and then by the end of the semester, they've learned a lot of really just cool things about how to just help themselves be more successful. And a lot of times I have students email me or even on the course evaluations say that they were actually really glad they took the class and that they had wished they'd taken it sooner. So they could have had some of these pointers and things, sooner rather than later, because sometimes students take the class later on and they wish they would have taken it a lot sooner in their college career. So I hope you do enjoy this class and take some of the things from it that can be hopefully valuable to you as you move forward with where you plan to go with college. So, all right, I will see you all in week 2, and just please look for any emails or announcements that I post as we're kind of getting going with everything. So, all right, well, I will see you all next week.